Hey, it's Avatar Academy. In this video, I'm going to talk about the architecture of reality and how from simplicity everything gets expressed into complexity, and then how from complexity you can navigate everything using very simple methods. So let's start by understanding the baseline of reality. Here, everything is composed of consciousness, and everything is, in essence, consciousness. For consciousness to be expressed as stuff, it becomes a vibration or becomes condensed consciousness or energy. So it forms itself or it condenses itself into energy. Energy is simply consciousness condensed in vibration. So now you have two components. You have yourself as consciousness, but you're also becoming a looming, vibrational looming. They can now become more and more complex and then construct this reality altogether. So just like when you are dreaming, you have yourself experiencing the dream, and your mind is basically constructing that reality construct as you are there experiencing it simultaneously. So now on the physical reality level, it's again reality construct or consciousness condensed into vibration becomes everything around you. But this has so many levels that already vibrations are layered in a way that you make a cake. It has many layers, so they have different densities, and when you experience in your avatar, in your brain, the reality around you, it already looks like a very elaborate simulation that you are a body inside of the world. However, the world itself is made of consciousness, and your first person perspective is a point of consciousness that is experiencing your individuality inside of this world construct. So inside of this world construct, there are laws that govern how the layers of reality work, and they work automatically, and everything is being manifested all the time. You, the experiencer, the consciousness, however, exist even if these layers of vibration would be turned off. Let's say you turn off the simulation, you go to meditation, you will experience yourself just as consciousness without any shape, form, or added structure onto yourself. So you could say consciousness exists in the now moment because nothing is expressed, no sequence of time or events, and you are still there. The looming of reality, however, is coded that it generates the experience of time, sequences of events that change. So now you're experiencing reality that is very complex. However, on the surface level of this reality, you will experience yourself as your body, interacting through your mind, emotions, and physically with different things. These things can be inanimate objects, they can be other people, or even just studying concepts, learning, reading books, whatever you are experiencing. These are very, very diverse levels of what you can experience in the human experience. Okay, it's deep, it's versatile, it's intricate in every possible way. There are even layers and layers and layers of subtle experiences that you can have throughout your body, opening different portals and experience really a multiverse of things within just your avatar. So it is inexhaustible, and it's still being just discovered what we can do that has already kind of pre-built into this simulation by the computer. Now, when I say computer, in order to create and manifest these intricate layers of reality, the looming of consciousness that becomes vibration becomes data sets. And then it creates uh, layers, as I said, or nested sets, or really complex architecture that work kind of like a computer. So I'm just using the computer analogy. Basically, everything that you're experiencing is made of you. And so on a very baseline point, there is singularity. There are no things that are actually other than you. So something that you need to remember through your human experience and kind of have this self-realization that actually everything and everyone and whatever you're experiencing, even though they might be separate people, separate objects, circumstances that you can't control because they're programmed within your wheel of time, or however your simulator creates your path, your destiny, your life movie, there are some things that simply you cannot govern until you understand how you can govern them from, for example, level of computer. So if you can't govern physical laws, but you can go and become conscious of the level of the looming of reality that is the computer program that runs the simulation, then you can edit how the computer program works and you can get different results in a physical reality, like changing or quantum shifting or manifesting your reality. So how to work this in a very simple way also? Well, the next baseline from singularity, where we realize and we see that everything is the I am, is just condensed into different vibrations, shapes, and forms, is where we see that there is a duality principle. What is the duality principle? So in the micro and in the macro, in the peripheral world and in the very baseline level of reality, there is what is usually depicted as yin and yang. There is this principle of opposites. So that's a basic building block of reality. The one becomes the two, so through the iteration of zeros and ones, let's say, it can create more complexity. Now, we here in the human experience are experiencing a very high level of complexity. However, when you feel into yourself, everything, micro, macro, and in between, is created from these opposites. And in the opposites, there is a thing that is called balance. So expressed reality will always tend to give you a choice. It's going to give you some kind of ways where you can go into contrast or you can find temperance. All of that might be actually hard to navigate if you do not know the point of balance that you can actually find and anchor inside of yourself, where there is a thin line to walk through life that is called the effortless path, because it is the middle path that your choices, actions, and decisions, your action and rest, it's all leaning into this very, 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 very thin line between waves of the yin and yang that then move all the other layers of reality. So how to find this? Because once you find this, not only that you will be able to center yourself in the singularity, but from that center point of singularity, you'll be able to navigate any situation, finding the effortless path, and then you can see that even though you physically, mentally, emotionally, or on any other level cannot control this complexity because it's overwhelming, the intricacy of this reality construct is overwhelming, and however, let's say, however you train your body to be strong, you will find there's a limit, or always there will be something stronger than you. You cannot go through the wall, or there will be another person who's stronger than you. So however you are strong on the physical level of reality, there's still a cap to that, what you can do with that. You can learn how to be mentally strong or cunning, or you can learn to be emotionally stable, but each level of reality will give you a cap. And then simply, through all of your human capacities that exist already in the complexity of this simulation, you're not able to do much. And at certain point in life, you will realize the futility of your knowledge, of your intellectual realizations, of your physical strength, etc. Right? So whatever we might think in this reality is giving us some kind of advantage is just a tool. And tools are useful for certain things. Like if your physical body is strong, that's useful. If you have a lot of money, that's useful. But everything caps. Like, say money can't buy you happiness or money can't buy you health. But the middle way or the effortless way is simply learning how to balance the opposites that are right now moving. Okay, so this yin and yang are right now moving throughout you. They're animating everything that's happening in your physical body, emotional body, in your mind. They're animating also how everything works in the external world. They're literally vibrating this reality into existence. So every other layer that of complexity that you might be experiencing, like driving a car, building a business, maintaining relationships with your friends and family, all of that can be very complex. And using the tools that we have at our disposal, like using a hammer, using a sword, using a computer, using your knowledge, using your feelings, your intuitions, using your strength, using whatever, it all has a place where it can be applied, but it's very short. It has a lot of shortcomings. Each of these tools you cannot apply in many different situations to actually get the results that you want. So what I'm explaining here is a very simple way that you can anchor in the 0 point. The I am 0 point would be where there is not yet space and dimensions expressed, where there is no frequency and energy that consciousness is being condensed to. And this exists on a very baseline of you. When you say I am and you find the nucleus point, this is where you exist. This is where you could also go and shut down this reality altogether, and you could experience yourself as that. But that's again just experience that you have if you're meditating with a lot of discipline, I would say, or with a lot of commitment. Now, from basic anchoring, while you're not meditating, you're here, you're experiencing the world, you're touching, you're using your strength to jump, you're using your strength to lift stuff, you are talking to people, you are using your computer, you're using your phone, you are investing your monies, or you're going to a shopping mall, you're having a coffee, whatever you're doing, okay? Enjoying looking at some trees in the park, whatever you're doing, you could be centered and anchored in the 0 point. Now, from there, you could easily feel the swing of polarities, and that can become just something that makes your body move, something that makes you sway, where you can create that swing to come to the middle. It's like Tai Chi, it's like doing this flow exercise. Well, if you can find yourself in the middle and you can calm down, something that can become a very, very chaotic kind of oscillation of these primordial forces, if you can find always the balance, you can always find whatever you're doing, something that can be very effective. You can use the least strength to move the mountain. You can use the least talking to communicate. You can use the least thinking to understand how something works. Okay? You can use, and now it becomes just very fun, okay? Because you can be so effective that you find, let's say just this, like you can have a very small amount of money that you create such a investment with that it finds a domino effect, and then comes back to you as a lot of money without doing a lot of things. Okay, so everything from the 0 point expressed through this effortless way, through this effortless path, you can align to the complexities and layers of this reality to have a ripple effect. Because this is the way reality is structured. Everything comes from the 0 point consciousness and then is expressed into complexity. So when you're trying to move something from complexity, from, let's say, physical level, mental level, you might be working something that has no leverage. All the leverage is contained in the 0 point. And then a slight push can create a domino effect, and you can have like this compounding of the layers of reality into something that is then expressed magically, okay, in the physical, in the experiential realm as a great shift. And this is the effortless way. So I hope this makes sense and you're already probably aware of that to some degree. So I hope this transmission is making it just a little bit more elaborate so you can find that aha moment. Okay, well, let me try and work things from the middle way, the effortless path.